I think I'll wait just a couple seconds, wait for a couple people to hop on here real quick. So let's see what's going on. So I thought I would do a quick live today and just do a little bit of kind of some talking whiskey and maybe tasting a few samples. So we'll see what we get here in a couple minutes. So see who hops on here. So far, nobody, but I'm only less than 1 minute in, so let's just kind of see what happens here. Oh, we got one person on. So thanks for joining. Two people. All right, so we're starting to build her up a little bit. So I got a few samples, and what's up, Shenanigans? Thanks for stopping in, bud. So I thought I would go ahead and do just a little bit of a tasting on some of the samples I've got here. So essentially, one of the guys on Instagram sent me a few samples, and I wanted to just kind of get into a few of these and kind of see what some of this stuff was about. Now he did send me, hey Jason, how's it going, bud? So I was just getting ready to get into a few samples that I was. You and I actually talked about it last night, where I had Chad, the whiskey traveler. He sent me a few samples of some things, and including that the Lagavulin 8-year. But I don't know if I'm going to get into that one or not. So we'll see. So here are kind of my options right now. So I do have one blind that he sent me. I don't know if you can even see that or not, but nah, it's kind of in the light. So I've got I don't know what the year is, but this is the Jefferson Chef, the Jefferson's chef collaboration. I believe this is the second one. Hey Caleb, how's it going? Yes, on Wisconsin. So I've got like I said, the Jefferson's chef collab, and so Jason, this is interesting. So I didn't realize this, but I've got the Calumet 10-year single rack. So that was the one. Hey Dwayne, that was the one you had the 12-year last night. So I'm interested to try this one. I know you had mentioned the 10-year, so I'm interested to try that one. And the two scotches, I don't know. So I know Dwayne, you're a huge scotch guy. So you guys let me know like what you think of. I don't know if that's even coming through very well because of the light, but this is the Lagavulin, I think I'm pronouncing it right, 8-year, 48% ABV. So I'm not exactly sure what that is or how good it is or any of that. So anyway, I might kind of hold off on that one, but I'll be interested to kind of get your guys' thoughts. I know Jason last night said, I believe this is one that's heavily peated. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So, but anyway, so let's do that. I think I'm going to do I'll do the Calumet 10-year, the single rack. So we'll see what this one is. So craft beer, how's it going, guys? Or maybe I should say guy and lady, I should say. So I don't know if she's with you or not, but yeah. So the peated one, I'm a little leery to kind of dive into that one. So I don't know exactly what I'm getting myself into on that. But so anyway, I did go with the Calumet 10-year single rack. So Jason and I were talking last night during the live stream that we did on his channel. So, and again, if you guys haven't subscribed to the Mash and Drum, go over and check out his channel. He's got some awesome stuff going on. So, but I'm interested to see this Calumet 10-year, and if anybody else knows anything about Calumet and where it comes from, who distills it, any of that kind of stuff, because that's one thing that this seems to be, is that it's real, I don't want to say secretive, but one of those bourbons that it's just hard to find any real information on. So that's the tough part. So anyway, if anybody knows anything about that one, I would be interested to see what that is. So anyway, so here's the Calumet 10 years single, and they've got single rack. So I don't know exactly what that means, but anyway. So cheers, guys. Thanks for popping in here. I appreciate it. It was just kind of something I decided to do. I've got a few minutes and wanted to kind of taste a few of these since we were talking about it last night in Jason's stream. So cheers. Boy, so right up front with this Calumet, I get like a pretty nice kind of like a like citrusy type of note. A little bit of a corn presence. I'm assuming, obviously, with it 10 year. I don't know if this is a single barrel or what exactly it is, but and it's 46% ABV, so 92 proof. So we'll see how it drinks. But yeah, on the nose, um, that kind of like light butterscotch. Definitely the citrus is kind of coming through. Some like vanillas and caramel. So a lot of the standard or typical type of bourbon notes. Not overpowering, not much heat at all kind of coming through. Yeah, I mean not a ton going on. Well, let's give this a. So Richard, yeah, so the Calumet is straight bourbon, but I guess my question was with that is like where is some of this stuff kind of coming through or coming from? I was interested to know if anybody has any idea who's distilling it, if it's their own juice, whatever it is. But it kind of seems to be a bit of a mystery. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get into the taste. I'm getting a little more of a kind of a corny or grainy type of presence to it as well. So anyway, cheers, guys. So I guess first impression is very little, a little bit of heat, not too bad. Smooth, kind of a real nice velvety type of texture to it. If you can see, I don't know if it's probably hard to see, but the glass is coating pretty well. The legs are running fairly long on it, so it's got some. It's a little viscous, kind of a nice kind of mouth coating to that. Yeah, there's a bit of like a honey note to that as well. So I get it like a little bit on the nose and the palate, where you're getting this sweet kind of orange zest a little bit. Yeah, so far the finish is starting to kind of develop a little bit. It's if at minimum medium, but yeah, kind of a real like honey note. Um, that citrus is definitely there. Not as much not as much of a corn presence on the palate as there was in kind of tasting some of it, but yeah, really nice, smooth. Um, nothing that nothing that's overpowering. Nice finish. It's a really kind of nice, easy drinking uh, bourbon. I don't get a lot of. I mean, for it being 10 year, I'm not getting anything that's over oaked at all. I wouldn't guess just based on the taste. I wouldn't guess that it was 10 years old, but still really easy to drink. So, but yeah, really nice. Yeah, so we did the live stream last night. So I did that on Jason's channel. if you missed it, you can go over to his channel. He's under the Mash and Drum. So go and check out his channel. Give him a follow. So yeah, that was we had a lot of fun last night. I think we were on for, boy, I think it was over an hour. I think when I checked, I think it said it was about an hour and 10 minutes or something. So yeah, we had a lot of fun last night. So we did basically, I believe it was actually all bottled and bond. So we did the uh, so let's see, he had early times, the E.H. Taylor small batch, and the Henry McKenna. So I had the Henry McKenna, the small batch, and the Heaven Hill bottled and bond. So a nice kind of entry level of bourbons that we had. So it was a lot of fun, a good little kind of lineup for us. Yeah, Richard, that was on his channel, so it's up. So if you go over and check out the Mash and Drum, he'll it's up there. So yeah, we had a good time. I mean, it was just kind of just sitting there talking and interacting with all of you guys. So yeah, no, we had a really good time. So, but yeah. Anyway, so has anybody else ever had this Calumet 10 year? I think there's another one, Jason. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but is there one that's actually just a standard Calumet? And I think it's probably less than 10 years. And then there's the 12 year that you just got. So those are the three that I believe they have. So yeah, Jeff. So yeah, the McKenna, we talked about that last night. That it was one of those bourbons. Once it kind of went through the San Francisco Spirit Awards, and it won that big award. You knew it was going to be kind of one of those ones that was just going to kind of take off and just kind of explode, and that's what happened. I mean, it's unfortunate that we've gotten to the point now where you know I guess that we've been lucky up until now that we've been able to get that as readily as we've been able to. So um, but it was, geez, I mean, forever you could walk into any liquor store and there the stuff was for probably between 28 and 32, maybe 35 bucks tops. But I mean, for a 10 year bottled and bond, age stated, um, single barrel, I mean, it's a fantastic bourbon. I mean, if you like something that's got a little bit of oak presence and stuff to it, then yeah, it was something, super fantastic. So we kind of hit on that last night. So, but yeah, this Calumet is actually not too bad. I don't know what the price on something like this is. Last time I saw just a standard or regular Calumet, um, I want to say it was in the maybe, I don't know, $40 range or something along those lines. It was, you know, I would say, a standard type of price nowadays. I mean, if you can get some of these ones that are, I guess whatever you want to call bottom shelf, mid shelf, whatever it is now, for less than 25 or even 30 bucks. I mean, that seems to be nowadays where you kind of want to start. Anything less than that. Hey, Antonio. That's kind of about where you want to start. But I think through all of these and the chats and all that, I mean, people really pick up on, some of these entry level, quality type of bourbon. So, anyway, so shenanigans. He said something about he saw the David Nicholson. So there are two of them. I believe there's the 100 proof, and then there's the reserve. I think 2 or 3 years ago, the David Nicholson Reserve won like a Whiskey of the Year award, I believe, through San Francisco Spirit Awards, if I'm not mistaken. So, and it was pretty solid. I was surprised as to how good it really was. So that's one. And their standard is just an easy sipping, 100 proof, bourbon as well. So I mean, they do a really nice job. I think that's through Luxero, I believe, is who is the company behind that. So still all the same ones who do the Orphan Barrel. I think that's all Luxro. Um, yeah, Reserve is definitely the one to go with. It's just more difficult to find. It's not everywhere. I believe that's the black label, and the standard 100 proof I think is the white label. So um, anyway, so yeah, it's a really good one. Yeah, so Richard, the transparency stuff, we we hit on that last night. Jason and I were kind of talking about that. That's one thing for me from a transparency standpoint that nowadays people are way too educated to um, not catch on to some of these stories, whether they're, authentic or not, but it kind of gets to be a little kind of weird or whatever with some of the stories that are being told. So, and transparency is one of the things that I love. You get some of these distilleries that make it perfectly well known that they sourced where it comes from, mash bills, all of that kind of stuff. That's one thing I appreciate now because as we all know, if we really want to find something out for the most part, we're we're gonna find it. I mean, we're gonna figure it out, and it's gonna go through the grapevine. We're all gonna kind of hear about what all that stuff is, and so on. So anyway, but yeah, I guess getting back to this, I just wanted to kind of hop on here a little bit and hopefully hook up with a few of you guys. I'm thankful that you took your time to kind of stop in here and see how things are going. So, but yeah, no, I think this the Calumet is a good one. I think what I'm gonna do is maybe I don't know if I'll have time tomorrow, but I've got a few more of these samples, and I want to go through the Jeffersons, the chef's collaboration. I believe this is the second batch that Chad sent over to me, and then he sent me a blind sample. So I don't know exactly. I don't know if you can even see that or not, but so he wrote on the back of it as to what it was. But um, so see ya shenanigans. Um, so yeah, I think maybe I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do it tonight or not. I don't have as much time as I wanted, but yeah, I think maybe I'll probably do correct. Yeah. So Jason, you're right. It is. I don't know what the blend is on this one in terms of rye and bourbon, but yeah, it's another one of the bourbon rye blends. So the first one was, I would say, you know, average, solid. It was good. I don't think anything to rush out. And that was a few years ago. And I think this other one they just released, maybe I want to say maybe 6 or 8 months ago. The second one came out. Maybe it was even a little bit longer, but uh, yeah. So that was a pretty, it was good. It wasn't anything super super crazy. So actually, maybe I'll get rid of. No, man, I really want to try this Lagavulin 8 year, but I'm a little scared to try it and have to spit this stuff out if it tastes like dirty earth or something. So that's everything every time I smell something that's super peated, that's all I can think of is like just no. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. I think I need to prepare myself a little bit more for that. So I thought about doing it, but I might hold. I think I'm gonna taste that on my own and just kind of see exactly what it is and whether or not I want to put myself in front of anybody while I'm tasting that stuff. So, but yeah. So anyway, I guess getting back to this Calumet. So I didn't see if a lot of you guys had indicated whether or not you had tried the Calumet 10 year or not, and what your thoughts on that were, or even some of the other lines. I'll be interested to see. I know Jason's going to be doing I think a review of the 12 year on his channel before too long. So I'll be really interested to hear his thoughts on what he thinks of that. So yeah, yeah. So I mean, I guess regarding the like Jeff's question about avoiding things. I mean, yeah, you kind of stay away from certain things because I mean, I don't have any intention on getting on here and bad mouthing really anybody or their whiskeys or anything like that. That's not really what I'm about. If I like it, I'll get on and maybe do a review or do a live stream. And popcorn butter. I don't know, Richard, if I believe you or not, but maybe I'll give it a shot. But anyway, yeah, I get on here. I like to interact with all of you guys like Jason and I did last night. Just kind of talk back and forth. Check out some of the chat, you know, kind of talk a little bit of whiskey, see what everybody else is drinking. Oh, I don't know. I should be. I don't know, Jeff, is if that's on my end. Is anybody else having any buffering issues? I should be good on my end. I'm right by my router and everything, so I should have a good signal. So I don't know if it's. Yeah. So Antonio, I don't know if the red is. I think that's one of the few scotches. I don't know if that's considered. I guess it's considered scotch, but one of the ones I had, and I don't know, man. I wasn't super crazy about this stuff. And again, like I said, I'm by no means an expert at all. Like Dwayne, if you go and you'll see him on some of his, if you go and check out his Instagram thing, he's done like a tour of seems like every Scotch distillery that's out there. So he's been all over the place. So it's fun to see some of the people who've got some experience. So that's one thing for me. So like watching some of Dwayne's stuff is I appreciate more than just the scotch itself. I appreciate the history behind just how it's made, how long places have been around. That's the real kind of interesting thing to me. So that's why I appreciate what the all the Scotch people kind of go through and what they do, just from a history standpoint. Whether I like the product or not. I mean, it's yeah, 30 years. So that's um, yeah, it's a long time. So you've got some good experience behind you. You know what you like and all of that. So Dwayne, I think somebody needs to get you on one of the channels with some of the Scotch guys, and you guys can really probably have a good time talking about some different things. There's probably not much that you don't know about Scotch. So I mean, being into it for 30 years, so black belt Scotch master. That's what it kind of sounds like. So um, yeah, so that's the thing with Dwayne. If you go and check out like his Instagram account, and Dwayne, maybe you want to put that on here if you want some people to check out your stuff. But I've followed him and just kind of seeing some of his like posts are incredible. Some of the places and stuff that he's been, so it's fantastic. Uh, so a couple of other things I wanted to just kind of give a couple of shout outs in the event somebody doesn't know about other people's channels. So Antonio's got a channel on here. So if Antonio, if you want to put the name of your channel, Jason's got his. He's the mash and drum. And Antonio, what was your channel name again? I forgot. The Whiskey Quest, I think, is what it was. So yeah, check out his channel. He does a good job. He does a review of a lot of different types of things. He's a little more diverse than I am. I'm pretty much, for the most part, just bourbon and rye, maybe some American, whiskeys, things along those lines. But I don't think I've got any plans on getting into the Scotch game. It's just it's more than I want to kind of get into, and I enjoy. I There you go. I enjoy bourbon and rye too much to kind of monkey around with something that I know nothing about. So I'm not going to get on and claim to know. I mean, I'm no expert in bourbon and rye. I just know what I like, some of the tastes, and if people get anything out of it, then that's great. So, and I think that's why a lot of us, like Jason and I were talking last night, and that's kind of why really he and I kind of do what we do. It's more of a just kind of getting things out and letting people just experience what we are. I mean, we're just talking to a camera, telling people, or a phone or whatever it is, telling people what we smell, what we like, things along those lines. So that's really all we're doing, and kind of having fun. And I think that's what most of the guys within this whiskey community do. So I think most everybody has like a really good time with all of it. So, and that's what kind of keeps me going is, those guys, new relationships, things along those lines. So yeah, there you go. Everyone's subbing each other. So good for you guys. And this is part of it. This is the other part of why, I like to do some of these things, is that it allows people to, see or, learn a little bit about what other people's channels and stuff are. Instagram, all of that. My Instagram is the same basically as my YouTube. It's just, if you go check out my bourbon journey, it's there for Instagram too. So, all right, Jeff, I didn't see, once somebody else puts another comment, I'm doing it on my phone, so the messages go away too quick. I've gotta read it too quick sometimes. You said something about a deal. When something else pops back up, I'll see it. All right, the deal. If you review if I review a particular bourbon, want to make that deal. So yeah, I mean, I'm open to. I mean, you don't have to do the Patreon thing. It is what it is. I mean, if anybody wants to do it, you can. I appreciate that. But what's the bourbon you're looking at wanting reviewed? I don't know if I've even done it yet or if I have it or not, but I'm always interested to know what people are wanting to know. Oh, the Town Branch. Sure thing. Um, so I did my dad and I, a couple years ago, we did the Bourbon Trail, and that was, I think, one of the furthest ones out there. I believe that was the one that was out either in Lexington or close to Lexington. But yeah, when I was there, my plan was to, try to buy bottles from the distillery, just, from the nostalgic part of it. But yeah, when I was there, I mean, honestly, the best part of what they had was their beer. I mean, I like their beer, um, but their whiskeys and stuff, I wasn't super crazy about any of that stuff either. I don't know if any of you guys have had um, any of it, but I mean, I just wasn't overly impressed. I mean, I thought, to me, average at best. I thought for a little while I liked the rye, but no, it wasn't. It really wasn't for me. So yeah, so I don't know. Does that disqualify me from anybody becoming a patron because I don't review it? I mean, it's not. I mean, my review would be don't buy it. I mean, my advice would be don't buy it because there's a million other things out there that are worth the money. So yeah, so like, yeah, mix it with Coke or something. I mean, you'd have to. It really, I mean, one thing I always say is there's not bad bourbon. There's just others that are a lot of times just much better. And we all know it's just one of those deals where, we all learn. We know what we like early on. We have developed um, our palate, our flavor profile, whatever you want to call it, and we know what we like. And then, um, you kind of stick to the things that you like. It's fun to try different things, and that's one of the solid things that we really like to do. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's it. So anyway, so I guess thanks guys for kind of hopping on here. I just wanted to kind of just get on here for a few minutes. I guess one thing I always like to ask is, I know for some people maybe it's a little bit early still, but are any of you guys already drinking anything as of yet? Yeah, the little mini Willet pot still, those are kind of fun. The pot still is okay. So, okay, yeah, you guys are already, so just yes, you're already drinking. Just doesn't even matter what it is. So Topo Chico. Okay. All right, maybe later. A Bib and Tucker. So all right, don't even get me going on that. So we'll have to talking whiskey. You guys are awesome, but we'll have to we'll have to do one of these other another stream here pretty soon. We can talk about some other things. So the old Bib and Tucker small batch. So their bottle's cool, but bourbon, it's a little questionable. So anyway, but yeah. So anyway, thanks guys for popping on here with me. I appreciate it. I'm glad I could do it for a little while. I was just kind of doing something before the wife got home. So yeah, Four Roses. Awesome. So anyway, I guess like my tagline is it's about the journey and not the destination, and that's exactly what all of this is. It's a lot of kind of going back and forth and the journey, not just in bourbon, but interacting with all of you guys and all of that. So it's been fantastic. So I think maybe I'll do another live stream here when I've got a little bit more time, and I'll do the chef's collab. I'll probably do the blind, and then maybe to appease some of the Scotch guys, I'll try the Lagavulin 8 year or something. Maybe I'll drink so much bourbon before that somehow the Scotch will taste good to me. So, but anyway, so yeah, guys. So thanks for popping on and spending 30 minutes or so, and we'll kind of see you guys next time. So have a good night. Cheers.